Hi guys, this is Akira here. Welcome to the 4A Club YouTube channel. I hope you're all having a great day, and especially since we're going to be going into a great topic here and we really need your focus in really digesting it. So what we're talking about today is self-concept. This self-concept theory, specifically in regards to the academic self-concept and the internet. So the topic is how the internet impacts our influence, our perception of ourselves and our self-image. And we're looking through it through the lens of self-concept theory, especially right now with me, academic self-concept. So if you haven't seen the previous videos, or if you're just new here, hi, by the way, if you're just new here, let me just break down self-concept briefly. So self-concept theory is created by Carl Rogers, and self-concept is how we perceive ourselves overall. So physically, mentally, emotionally, it's how we perceive our behaviors or unique characteristics. For example, we can perceive ourselves in a positive way, like I know I am kind and I am a good daughter, a good friend. It can also be negative in I am a bit mean sometimes. So that is self-concept in a nutshell. In regards to academic self-concept is how we perceive ourselves in an academic domain. For example, so we are doing online learning and there's a group of people or our peers, or there is a student that is doing overwhelmingly good and we want to be like them. So we compare ourselves to them and use them as our goal, our benchmark, our person that we're striving to be, and we change things up so we can continuously grow academically to be like them. So that is academic self-concept, and through that example you can see clearly that it is formed through comparing yourself to another student. Yes, in regards to the internet, you guys know that the internet is a place for exploration. So you go into there and you see all these different opinions, all these different information, all these different unique things that we might not be exposed to initially. So we're able to explore through the internet. And through this exploration, we're able to reconsider things, solidify commitment to ideas and opinions that we had, or just to gather information that we didn't have before. So in regards to academic self-concept, through this exploration, we're able to make a lot of changes academically and the way we think or strive for academic related stuff. For example, in regards to a previous study, you can see that through a social media group, persons through social interactions, persons are open to different universities and schools, and that they find that their ideal school is not as perfect for them as the school that they found out about and is able to look into through the internet. And so they reconsider what they thought was their ideal school and strive for that. So that's a great example of how the internet changes how we perceive academically driven stuff, or what we strive for academically. Yes. And this perception, or this change or reconsideration or solidification of commitment, has a positive effect. That's a positive effect on our psychological health. It helps us to develop and enhance our academic concept, our self-concept, and it also helps us improve our overall self-image. Yes, just through this comparison of opinions that we're able to improve our overall self-image. This is academic self-concept is especially important as the effects are great among students, as it improves student motivation, participation, performance, and confidence. So through academic self-concept, we're able to get all these positive effects. So you can see how it's really positive on one's psychological health. Yes. So in regards to academic self-concept, even school districts, we're seeing studies with school districts prioritize the importance of the improvement of it because they understand the benefits that were stated before. Because through academic self-concept, a person wants to improve their things like academic plans, maybe specify to how they're able to achieve their goals and change up their behavior, like be more disciplined, remove habits, and so on. So even school districts understand the importance of self-improvement when it comes to academic self-concept or just the overall enhancement of it. So taking all of this, you can understand how it is good to compare, especially with opinions, but not all comparisons are good to one's self-image, such as, social comparisons of one's ability. That can be a double-edged sword. So the comparisons to one ability, it can be broken down into two things. You have upward comparison and then you have the downward comparison. The upward comparison is someone who we think is a role model, who we strive for, and we think is superior academically. And the downward comparison is someone who we think is inferior to us, especially academically in regards to the self-concept. So it is usually used to help us, are usually used as an aim to help us enhance and develop a positive self-image. Yes, both are used to help persons enhance and develop a positive self-image. Like, because you don't want to be in downward comparison, you don't want to be like a person who you think is not good academically, or you might be near to that person academically, but they're still inferior to you, and you don't want to be like that, so you strive to be better. And it is through all of these comparisons still that we're able to measure our academic growth. You can take note of that. It's through all these comparisons that we're still able to really measure academic growth. But things like upward comparison is very volatile to our self-image. Yes, upward comparison, having a role model and so on. It's good, like I said, it can help enhance one's positive self-image. It's just that through the comparison to this person, our role model, you can develop a sense of inferiority or inadequacy. You can develop dissatisfaction and just negative thoughts in why am I like this compared to this person, and I'll never be like this person, and you just develop symptoms of depression overall too, like low self-esteem and so on. So upward comparison can be very dangerous to one's self-image. It really changes how you think of yourself. Compared to a person, you think negative things to yourself, like, I am really stupid compared to that person. Yes. And with all of this, especially with the internet, you really don't know if the role model that you're comparing yourself to is actually like that, because persons put their ideal self on the internet most of the time. So you are comparing yourself to this role model, and you don't know who they are, and you feel all of this anxiety, all of this stress, and you may feel like that in regards to just comparing oneself to that role model, or you can also feel identity stress from also realizing that role model is not who they say they are. So you can feel all of that in regards to upward comparison. For example, we can see in the AJ song Role Model is when you see they're singing the lyrics is that all my role models aren't here for the wrong reasons. I will unravel if you strip away my best pieces. So the best pieces that they're speaking of is that the things that they've taken from their role model to fit themselves are the things that they thought was ideal, or they strive for, they're taking from their role model. And if you see that, for example, if you see that the person wasn't really smart, they were cheating, and they didn't go into the school for the right reason. They got into school through connections and so on. So you then think, who am I? You have identity, like I said, anxiety and stress, thinking, I don't know who I am anymore because I was always tailoring myself to be like that person, but that person isn't that person. Especially when it comes to academics, it can really put you in a state of depression. So you start doing bad academically because of that. And so that's why upward comparison specifically, especially, is not a to one's ability it can be a double-edged sword. So just to summarize, academic self-concept is a positive theory or positive aspect of the theory, really helps you to change behaviors and helps improve your overall self-image in a positive direction, but it's based on the type of comparison you do. If it's comparison of opinions, then it's usually overall positive, and if it's comparison of one's ability, it's usually double-edged sword. You don't really know where you're getting with that. So please be mindful and lean towards the comparison of opinions when you're comparing somebody academics with your to measure your academic growth. You know, for example, breaking that down a little bit, opinion is this is the best school, this is the best way to do this is the best way that, and the ability is I got this amount of marks, this amount of marks, this amount of I won this, I won that. With opinions, it's just opinions and you can always reconsider and so on through the internet, especially since there's a large platform for exploration. But with ability, you don't know if that person is really like that, especially on the internet where people only put their ideal stuff on there, and you don't know if the parts that you're taking is real. So you look up to them and the parts that you're taking from them is real, and when you find out that they got this through cheating and stuff like that, you feel stress and anxiety. But this is the person that I looked up to, and if they're like this, then what about me? And you know, you get that existential anxiety of your like identity stress, as I said before, and so you start doing bad academically and stuff like that. So I implore you guys to lean more to the social comparison of opinions where you're able to take in and take out and just really look into what you want to consider, what you want to add instead of ability. Yes. So I hope you guys learned a lot today. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching your girl Akira at the 4A Club. Like and subscribe. I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.